More reviews!
Gingerrunner.
Freedom ISO. Yeah, super flexible like that. Okay. What is up, everybody? Ethan Newberry, the gingerrunner here for another gingerrunner.com review. In fact, 2 reviews today, both from the same manufacturer, Saucony. You're watching the current review for the Saucony Freedom ISO. Or ISO. Nice! The other review that I will also be posting today is for the Saucony Triumph ISO 3. So if you want to watch this review, I'll have the link in the description, as well as at the end of this video. But right now, stick around because the Freedom ISO is about ready to go through the gauntlet. Alright. Probably one of the most requested reviews I've had in quite some time. I've been doing like daily vlogs and other videos for the last few weeks, so it's nice to get back into the reviews, swinging ready to go with the Freedom ISO. Many of you were excited to hear my feedback on this shoe when you saw me running in them in the Ginger Bits videos from the last couple of weeks. I'm happy to report, guys, this shoe is pretty fun. Comparing it to today's other review of the Triumph 3, this is lower, this is faster, it's more nimble. It's a lighter trainer. It's just fun. So what makes this shoe unique? Not only are we talking about the upper, which is a nice stretchy mesh material with the ISO fit, but also the midsole material made of all everun material, which is Saucony's new resilient, cushioned, durable midsole material. And I'm a fan of everun. It doesn't just have a layer of it, it is essentially the midsole. This is kind of that good, go long, neutral trainer that everyone's been looking for all varying distances and speeds. I'm going to talk a lot about that in today's review. Let's get on with the things I like and dislike about the Freedom ISO. As always, starting with the things that I like. everun. Yeah, I already mentioned it. I like this stuff. It's not only cushioned, but it is also responsive. It gives you kind of the best of both worlds, which is hard to find in a midsole material. But you add onto the top the durability factor, this thing doesn't flatten out prematurely like a lot of running shoes these days, which is a good thing. So you're going to be able to get lots of good miles out of the shoe. They're going to be soft, plush, but yet resilient and speedy. And the fact that they're keeping this shoe around 9.9 ounces in my size 11, is pretty good, even though it's a bit on the heavier side, but with the amount of durability you're going to get because of this midsole, yeah, I can put up with a bit of additional weight. The upper. It's soft, it's stretchy, fairly breathable. It's a good, resilient mesh. You're not going to pop any holes or bust any seams. The ISO fit works here without being too invasive. Get a little hot at times, but honestly with the dual layer mesh that they're using here, it's going to happen, but it's not too bad. I like the upper, I like the materials, it's good. And finally, probably my biggest like with this shoe, which surprised me, is the durability. Most times when you're dealing with a moderately low stack height shoe, 4mm drop with a little bit of outsole and some midsole material, you're going to get wear through prematurely. You're going to get about 150 miles and you're going to start noticing the shoe breaking down. I'll point out that I'm about halfway to that mileage marker now in this shoe, and so far it is breaking down a lot less than what I would expect. The everun is holding up great. The outsole, which is this rubber material, is holding up real nice. And the upper is still maintaining its color, shape, form. I am surprised at how resilient this shoe has been. Not all happy times in the shoe. I do have a couple of dislikes. I think some of these dislikes you'll be able to look past if this is a shoe that's interesting to you, but one maybe not so much. Let's get on with the things I dislike about the Freedom ISO. First of all, price, $160. That is extremely expensive for a shoe that you know, be able to get hundreds of miles out of, yes, but it's a lot to bite off. My hope is that down the line you'll be able to get other versions of the shoe or for a discount as the prices begin to come down, maybe someday. Hopefully, but $160. It's a lot of moolah. Split personality. Now this is something I actually had difficult time putting into words when I was talking to other people about this shoe who have run in this shoe before, but the consensus for me was that the shoe felt like 2 shoes. The upper was one shoe, it's nice and comfortable and stretchy. The midsole and outsole were of another shoe. Your foot didn't feel like it was in the shoe, but rather on the shoe. Yes, the upper is great. Yes, the midsole and outsole are great. So in theory, the combination of the two would make for a great shoe. Yes, but the feeling of the shoe is what's unique and interesting and different. The conclusion I came to was that because of the full rubber outsole, which I've had trouble with in other shoes, because of the additional weight hanging below your foot, the shoe itself feels a bit off balance. Not necessarily from forward to aft, but from top to bottom. Being nitpicky, something I noticed about the shoe, wanted to make sure I pointed it out in the review. You might not notice it. You might not care, but it was weird. The heel. There's an issue with locking this shoe down. The heel feels a little bit low, pretty slippy and slidey. Was never really able to get a good solid foot lock, and because of the additional materials here behind the heel, with the heel counter, padding, and the over material, I was constantly fiddling with this heel to make sure that it sat along my Achilles properly without folding in on itself underneath the fabric, which happens in some shoes, and in this shoe it happened a lot. Kind of bothersome. Not a deal breaker, just annoying. But that's it for dislikes. Like I said, solid shoe, super fun. easily one of those types of shoes that can go for half marathon, full marathon. You will be able to get a lot of use out of this in varying different conditions, whether you want to go long and slow or short and fast. It doesn't matter. You will be able to find some good times in this shoe. So let's get on with the point, shall we? Quality. Solid 4 out of 5. I'm surprised that the shoe is as durable as it is. It will definitely last a long time. Happy so far, so good. Comfort, I'm also going to give this 4 out of 5. It's cushioned when it needs to be. It's resilient and responsive in other times when you need to work on speed, stuff like that. So it definitely has its comfort dialed down. Price, this is where I got to knock them to a 2 out of 5 because $160 is a lot of money to spend on a pair of shoes. You better hope this thing just gives you many, many miles. And finally, looks. 4 out of 5. I actually really like the looks of this. The black version is okay. The blue version with the fluorescent bright outsole is pretty cool. Solid looks. That brings our grand total to 14 out of 20. It's an excellent shoe with a disappointing price point. That's where that thing is really going to get knocked down. So talking about buy, try, or why, this is a solid try, borderline buy if you have the funds or if you want to wait for it to come down in price. As with a lot of my shoes, I do have a link in the description to Running Warehouse where you can get the shoes or gear or whatever you want with more information. There's also a coupon code that will get you 10% off. Feel free to use it if you want. Even with that, the shoe is still expensive, so just keep that in mind. And that, my friends, is it for my review of the Saucony Freedom ISO. In the comments of this video, have you run in this shoe? Are you excited about this shoe? Is it something that you would consider? Let me know. Let's get the conversation going. And of course, this was not the only review I posted today. I also did the Saucony Triumph ISO 3. This might be a good opportunity for you to go check out that review of this shoe, which is quite a bit different than this shoe. Again, link is in the description or coming up here in just a couple of seconds at the end of this video. So yay, that is it for the review. I hope you guys enjoyed it. If you did, make sure you like, favorite, and subscribe to this channel, youtube.com/thegingerrunner. New reviews coming all the time. New videos, ginger bits, films, documentaries, live shows, everything. Got lots of social media links. You might want to follow me across those platforms. Finally, if you want to help support the channel, go to patreon.com/thegingerrunner. All the information on what you can do to help support this place is right over there, so check that out. That's it, guys. Hope you enjoyed this review. Fast, fun, just like the shoe itself. Get out there, train hard, race harder, and party the hardest. I know I am. We'll see you guys next week for more. Bye!